listen over. You a queen when I less than I'm a gozy. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Girl, you're such a powerful woman.
Hi, my ninjas. How are you doing? It's a girl. Owamie, aka Miss Fearful, called back for our entertainment. If it's the first time Chidimma, you're most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that I subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I am so love you, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now, ninjas, today we're going to talk about a chi, okay? Oh, chi, oh, Chidimma. Oh, fraud don't happen. You know, kuninki. But anyway, ninjas, the Department of Home Affairs has actually come out, and this is what they are saying. I'm gonna go ahead and just play that audio here, and I hope my microphone will be able to catch it, because I don't want any of the copyrights and also the editing. You can see the time; it's already late. So let's get into this.
An ongoing investigation by Home Affairs has found prima facie indications of fraud committed by Chidimma Adetshina's mother. The Department of Home Affairs herewith provides an update on the ongoing investigation into the citizenship of Miss Chidimma Adetshina, a contestant in the upcoming Miss SA event. The reason for the ongoing nature of the investigation is that its scope has broadened since the original request received from the organizers of Miss SA, based on the information uncovered by Home Affairs investigators thus far. The department nonetheless provides this update to the public based on that official request and consent. We will provide a final update once the investigation is concluded. Upon receiving the request for investigation, the department deployed every resource at its disposal to establish the truth. This has included archival research, visits to hospitals, and site visits to verify information. From the information we have uncovered thus far, the Department of Home Affairs can indicate that prima facie reasons exist to believe that fraud and identity theft may have been committed by the person recorded in Home Affairs records as Chidimma Adetshina's mother. Adetshina herself could not have participated in the alleged unlawful actions of her mother, as she was an infant at the time when the activities took place in 2001. An innocent South African mother, whose identity may have been stolen as part of the alleged fraud, suffered as a result because she could not register her child. The department has broadened its investigation to identify and pursue any officials involved in the alleged scheme, and is obtaining legal advice on the implications of the alleged fraudulent activity on Adetshina's citizenship status. And finally, upon the completion of the investigation, Home Affairs intends to press criminal charges and convict all implicated parties. This case, which stems from alleged fraudulent activities committed 23 years ago, highlights the urgent need for the digital modernization of Home Affairs applications, adjudication, and verification processes to insulate the department against fraudulent interference, similar to the reforms undertaken at the South African Revenue Service in the late 2000s. The case also highlights the reason for the department's blocking of certain duplicate IDs, and that the court-ordered unblocking of these documents must be handled with caution. Throughout this process, Home Affairs is guided by our commitment to both restoring and upholding the rule of law, as well as the rights of all parties.
Ciao. When I tell you this broke last night, I saw it before I went to bed. Today has just been quite a hectic day. Your girl is also not feeling too well, so that's the reason why. And besides, guys, this week has been so busy that literally I deserve lunch. Honestly, I've been working overtime, you know. But anyway, this is really something that is very sad. South Africans are xenophobic, right? This was all about xenophobia, right? No. I'm not saying that we don't have certain South Africans that are xenophobic, but what I'm saying is that we are abused as South Africans. We are very much abused, and they try to always silence us with xenophobia. No. We saw it, we spoke up against it, and I think this is something that will definitely open a lot of doors, especially for these children that are South Africans, and they're still struggling till date to get their IDs, because there are criminals out there that unfortunately do belong to the foreign nationals that are coming out here and they are stealing South African children's IDs. And this crime is committed by foreigners and the law officials that work there by Home Affairs. This is a crime that happened over 20 years ago, and it's only being found out now because of this whole situation. Just imagine. Just imagine. First of all, I also just feel so disrespected as a country. This child's parents know what they did, but they still allowed her, and they did not say anything to her when she wanted to enter a whole Miss SA with a fake ID number, because that's not hers. There's a child out there, guys, that till today, she's still struggling. She's not having an ID. Chances are maybe she did not even write matric because of Chidimma had to have the life that she has today. And when we talk, people say that, no, it's because, hey, what? No, it's not about any other thing. Now, this is something that is even worse than we all really honestly even thought. All that people wanted was clarification. Your mother, is she from Mozambique or is she from South Africa? Now, I do remember hearing an interview from Chidimma's father, who then said, no, his wife is South African. So you cannot tell me that you're married to a woman and you don't know that she's a Mozambican national. I refuse. And I know right now that they're saying that the fraud was done by Chidimma's mother. I wish they actually said parents, because I don't know exactly what they found. I don't know exactly whatever. But for me, I have a feeling, like, this is my opinion, of course, that the father must have also known, guys. There is no way. How is it that you're from Nigeria, you know your wife is from Mozambique, yet your child is getting an ID and an ID number from South Africa, and you don't know how that came to be? I don't know. For me, it just does not smell well. I feel like they both knew. And I think it's very sad because, first of all, Chidimma, maybe they didn't even tell her. Maybe they didn't even tell Chichi at all, her whole life. She does not know that the ID or the identity that she's using is actually a stolen identity. And that's why she's been able, she's studying law, she's entering Miss SA and all that. And we can't really blame her for the mistakes that her parents have done. However, she has benefited a lot of this crime that was committed. And it's so unfortunate as well that her joy has always been another South African poor child's tears and sorrows. Because whilst she's going on with her life, whilst she's pursuing everything that she's pursuing with an identity that is fraudulent, an identity that belongs to another poor child, that child is there, I'm sure, running around trying to figure out what they can do. They don't have an ID. They are like a foreigner in this instance, and they are South African. The abuse South Africans get from foreigners is so sad, guys. And the unfortunate part is that when you talk about it, they claim that we're xenophobic. For Chichi to be who she is, a South African child had to suffer severely. I am really glad that obviously, it looks like Mackenzie, he wants to make sure that we do get, I'm sorry guys, my employee, my slave. I'm kidding, guys. It's my baby sister. Before, Owamie has slaves in her office. Owamie. But anyway, they know unless you bring that plaque, I pay you no mind. Not anymore. I don't play that game. No free promos anymore for anybody. Oh, I don't know why I'm messing up. But anyway, this is such a serious topic. But for you guys to see Chichi as who she is today, that was all at the expense of a poor South African child. Because let me tell you one thing, they're not going to try that nonsense with a child that was born in a private hospital. I can bet you dollars that when they go there and they find out, it will be a child that was born in a public hospital. It will never be in a private hospital, because they know children that are born in private hospitals, their parents have got enough money to can actually raise hell. you know. Whilst they know if you were born in a public, high chances are maybe your parents don't even have money like that. So how are they going to actually pursue them and all this? So the abuse that we get as South Africans by foreigners is really, really sad. It really honestly is sad. And I think that it's also such a sad situation for Chichi as well. I just cannot imagine where she is now, because I feel like this would have been something so easy. Not easy, I mean a little bit easier for her to deal with, had it been that like her parents had told her like at home that, listen Nana, we wanted to get you a better life, you know, and this is what we did. The identity you're using is stolen and whatnot, it's fraud, blah blah blah. I feel like, you know, she would have definitely still been devastated, but it would have been something that is completely different or better than having to find out, and then you're also finding out with the rest of the world and in such a crazy way. I just cannot imagine what this is also going to just do to her mental health. And I don't know, like I feel like now she's gonna become a victim of this, but you know, there's a child that has been a victim all along. There's a child that has been a victim all along because of her parents doing, you know, or her parent, as what they are alleging that it is the mother. Now, to the law officials that obviously are responsible for this, I do hope that you all do go and rot in jail. I hope the rotting that you do over there is going to be on another level, because you all are some sick people. And if you try find out, the amount of money that they were paid will not even be that much. That's number one. Number two, I can bet you dollars Chichi's not the only child that they've done this for. Okay? Okay? And I do hope that whoever that is, because if it was 23 years ago and at that time you were already working, it means this is someone that might be maybe in their 50s now, maybe mid. I do hope that they're still alive so that they can be able to go to that jail for life, okay? Because you are some sick individuals, you're some sick humans. They have no heart, they do not think for the poor kids that they actually traumatize in this instance. It's wild. It is 1,000% wild. I did not see this one coming. My vendor, I did not see this one. That's one thing that I can tell you. There was an organized march that was supposed to be happening tomorrow, you know, so that Chichi can be removed from being Miss SA. However, she herself has actually withdrawn. So we are going to discuss that in our next video that I'm going to upload right after this one. I wanted to make sure that I do actually separate them and just tell you guys that, listen, okay, fraud, ke my darling, fraud. Her father is Nigerian, her mother is from Mozambique. These two let me not say these two, but her mother committed a crime and a poor innocent woman's identity was stolen, in which there's a child out there that has struggled for 23 years just so that Chichi can have the life that she has now. Just so that Chichi can be a South African. It's a sick world. But anyway, I'm definitely sure that we're going to get the mother of the child and trust and believe. I feel like, you know, they're gonna be set, everything is gonna be okay, you know, and so yeah, basically that is that. And I am so happy of the fact that it does look like, guys, like ever since the DA has also collabed with the ANC, things are starting to happen. You know, they are 1,000% working, and I'm so here for it all, and we love it for us, you know. Yeah, so from Owamie, I love you guys, stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, Natures.